And while we're talking about money, certain things you like to do at certain specific times of the year, like when you move the clocks forward or back, you want to check those smoke alarm batteries. And at the end of the year, you want to make sure your finances are in good shape before you start making those New Year's resolutions for 2022. That's why this time every year we bring in Paul Schatz, the CEO of Heritage Capital, our financial expert, with a good list of things you should and should not be doing. Paul, good morning. It's good to see you again.
You too, my friend. Thanks for having me.
All right, usually I just wind you up and let you go because you have so much information to get to. What should people be doing right now to make sure everything is shipshape before 2022?
So this year I came up with 15 different things. I'm going to try to run through them. You stop me if you want to get a little more meat on the bone. First and most important, those people who have to pull money out of IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, the rules changed in 2020 with the CARES Act. So now the rules are, it's no longer 70 and a half, it's age 72. The difference is there's an issue in the bill that forced that. They'll have a technical correction next year. But if you turn 72 in 2021, you must pull your RMD out, required minimum distribution, by the end of the year, 12/31. Speaking of the RMD, the money you must take out of your IRA, 401k, et cetera, you can also send it directly to a charity, up to $100,000. So that's something people should consider rather than taking the money and then sending it to a charity. Also, this time of year, if your income is down a little bit, you may want to convert some of your IRA or 401k to a Roth, which is an after-tax, tax-deferred account. It's a super way to plan for retirement so that in retirement, you won't have to pay tax when you pull money out of your IRA, 401k. Also, I love this time of year. I love doing a quick, dry run through of your taxes. Make sure there's no surprises. You got, what do we have, 8 days, 9 days left in the year. If you do a dry run through now, even on just a pencil and paper, don't even worry about Excel, you won't be surprised come April 15th. Also on taxes, if you have taxable brokerage accounts, mutual fund accounts, I tell people to harvest your tax losses. That means if you've got losses, take as many as you can now. You can always buy other things. You can't buy the same thing back for 30 days, but you can buy, you could sell, let's say, American Airlines and buy JetBlue. You can sell a large cap growth fund and buy an S&P index fund, but you want to harvest as many capital losses as you can before 12/31. Also, the IRS lets you take up to $3,000 in capital losses. So when you marry up your gains and your losses, at the end of the day, the IRS says you can write up to $3,000 of losses. Don't forget that. Donate appreciated stock. 2020 and 2021 were super good years in the market. So some folks have Apple and other instruments that have gone up significantly. You can donate that to charity, not pay the capital gains tax, and then you also get a charitable deduction.
Okay, yeah, that's double. A quick question. I see the screen says you can gift up to $15,000. What's also the limit if you're trying to contribute to 529s for education funds?
So 529s, what I tell people is very few families are ever going to get to the $300,000+ limit. If you're in Connecticut and you use the Connecticut Chet program, you get a small tax credit. So if you have kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, nieces and nephews, put some money in their 529 plans. Whether you use a state of Connecticut plan or you go to a different state, you get a little tax benefit. And don't forget, if you have a flexible spending account, FSA, it's a use it or lose it. You get 9 days. Don't leave that money on the table.
Right. And one more time, just going back to what you were saying about harvesting stock losses, because, boy, a lot of people decided to jump into like Robinhood this year. Are you saying take all those stocks that are down right now, sell them right now, and then you can still buy something else in the meantime?
Right. So, and there's a number of high-profile IPOs that blew up. Robinhood certainly has been a high-profile one, but there are there's plenty of companies out there, Roku and Sam Adams, the beer distributor. There's a lot of companies that fell on hard times in 2021, even though the market did well. My suggestion is if you still love the company, you can sell it today, buy it back 30 days later. You still get the tax loss in 2021. If you don't love the company, kick it out. If you don't love JetBlue, but you like American Airlines, take your loss in JetBlue, go buy American Airlines. But this is the unique time of year where you can really use the tax code to your benefit
Yep.
and forego paying taxes for years down the road.
And that's why we have you on, Paul. I know we could go all day. I say that every time we have you on, but
And I
thank you for
could.
getting those good bullet points. Paul Schatz, the CEO of Heritage Capital.
Thanks
for
buddy.
taking
Merry
the time to
Christmas.
join us.
Happy New Year. See you in the new year.
You got it. We'll see you in 2022, Paul. Thanks.
That's good stuff that you don't think about.
Yeah, stuff
Right?
that's way over
Like
my
dump the
head.
stocks and
Yeah.
put it to where you want it to. Take the loss. All right. Well, stick with us. We've got more.